So are the experiences important to go through? Or it could have been just avoided. We didn't have to go through what we did. Oh, I wish I was so evolved enough as a human being not to be the kind of person that I was. But after having got into it, I realized what a pity person I was. So, was the experience important for us to take me from a pity person to the more evolved person? Oh, I wish I was an evolved person already. This is what keeps happening at all times. That we think, oh, I wish I didn't have to go through all the experiences. How would you have evolved if you hadn't gone through it? That's one of the questions that comes out. And it's true that without having gone through the process of those traumatic experiences, you would not have come to the other side of it. That's the reality. But mostly, all the things that are not so pleasant in our life, we do think, oh, things could have been different. We could have taken a different approach altogether. In fact, what lies here is real mystery. And that is, there are people who are evolved. They just know that this is not for them. They have this understanding that they do not have to get into all of these. But they are also the people, the rest of them, do need to go through the experiences in order to know what they must not. So that what they must do can be distinguished from the rest. That's when people make the most judicious decision in their lives, because they realize only after having gone through that passage of experiences, which may not, on the very surface of it, be positive. Not at all. So here what happens is that mostly it is to do with not only self-evaluation. Self-evaluation is the most important of it all. But having said so, it is in this life and the realization in this life which will be carried forward to the next birth as well. So that the changes in cerebral memory happen, so the DNA gets encoded with that information, so that that information is carried forward to the next birth. That's the reason why you see the child prodigy, or you see the people who are just very evolved as a human being. At a very certain age and time, they flourish. The things which concern mostly to the people of the same age, they are totally kind of detached from it, as it appears, as it seems on the very surface of it. But without having you gone through it, nothing is possible, because decoding and encoding is the most significant. Because something has been learned which has to be decoded in this life, and that is not possible without you going through those experiences, because of which you could only decode so that a different coding could be encrypted within you, and that's your legacy. So all that you have gone through is one part of it, but what is much more important is to understand the realization of those facets, and those facets of understanding create a person that is you right now. So nothing to feel guilty about what has gone wrong or things that you could not do, because this is who you are. This is exactly who you are. If you could know better, you would do better. If you had known something much better at that point in time, you certainly would have done something much better as well. So it's okay that you got totally trapped into those maze and that quagmire of your own tendencies. It's absolutely okay, but the time is over. The awakening happens now. When the awakening happens, then you no longer are the same person. You no longer are the same person whom you used to be. And this is the reason why the encoded memory within you instigates you to behave in a certain way because the experiences are mandatory.